Let's see if anybody comes in. It's been a while since I've gone live. Just waiting on anybody to pop in. It's almost 3 o'clock on a Thursday, so I doubt they will. We're in my woodworking shop right now. Blackberry Dr. Pepper. Not sponsored. Who popped in? Oh, Ben, what's going on? You're the first and probably going to be the only. I'm making things. Caro. Heyo. Been a while. So, I don't even know if I'm coming through on these headphones or not. Ah, crap. Close. Love the pop-ups. You're always up to making new things. Yeah, I know. Been 3D printing these paddles. Going to fill this one with some resin. Build it up a little bit. And then just got some basic black out here, seeing if I can, I didn't chant for the edges in the print, do any fillets. So I wanted to see if I could use my router and just smooth over the edges. So it has been a while, guys. Now I've got a bunch of Evil Stick handles prepped. I just finished spraying them with lacquer because they're a flat black and they collect every bit of dust. Getting ready, I'm vending at an EEC event at the event center in Knoxville or Corrington, Tennessee. It's like a suburb of Knoxville, I guess. I'm not really sure. North Knoxville, I think. But it's our local dungeon. Going to be a good time. Got a bunch of evil sticks. This started out, if I can get it to show, as some lesbian pride flags, the 5-color flags. Had some leftover resin, getting those sprayed down. And then I have got, it's going to be cool. I've not done this before as a vendor. I have gone as, Cauldron, the podcast host, and done interviews, as you guys all know. But I've got like this huge box of a bunch of resin heads, and then strangely I started turning some bowls, because why not? That's out of Koa. That's Hawaiian wood. Throw those out there. But yeah, got a bunch of resin heads for the evil sticks. What kind of printer? It's a Flash Forge Adventure 5M Pro. It's cheap. It's like $400, I think. And it's awesome. The only problem that I've had with it is the filament runout sensor is not, it doesn't work, which I've contacted customer support and they're sending me a new one. But that printer's been out about a year. They've got all the bugs worked out of it. It's pretty cool. I've really enjoyed it. It's my first one, so I'm getting used to it. It's really fast though. It compares with the Bamboo Labs and all of those. Chessboard out of reclaimed oak. Anyway, so I'm not just on here to sell some products or talk about this weekend. I'm on here because it has been a year almost. In that time, I've had yet another surgery on my throat. Some of you may know that. So my voice sounds a little different. It's not near as scratchy as it was there at the end of the show. I've got a few episodes lined up to do. I was just on Rope Aficionados podcast the other night, which it's going to drop, I think, in one more week. And then I'm going to be on there for a part two. Whole lot of fun getting into a whole lot of things that, as you may have seen, for those of you that are in Discord, it was what doesn't get talked about. It was beyond the crypt. Things that don't get talked about. Discussed a lot about mental illness and how we fail those who have mental illnesses in our community in a variety of different ways. Some ways is by not acknowledging it, not offering them more support after we play, and others by allowing them to participate when it is not in their best interest, and getting into the ethical side of that. So it was a deep dive. Really, really enjoyed it. Good time. But the rant part of what I wanted to come in here and talk about today is the what I was called in an email by a former Patreon supporter, one of the producers, one of you guys that are watching now. A culture vulture said that I was making, anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 a year with the podcast and the products that I was selling, which the only product that I was selling was on TeePublic, and those were t-shirts. And I think I sold over 7 years like 25, 30 of them. And I made $2 a piece off of each one. And then there was you guys, the Patreon producers. And at the peak, I was getting about $700 or $800 a month. And when it was slow, I was getting like $300, $200 a month. So that just doesn't add up. I wasn't getting paid from YouTube because my channel is 18 and up only, and never had the watch hours. And as far as the actual podcast goes, like on Spotify and all that, don't get paid for that. They get paid by using commercials and stuff. Yeah. They have no clue on podcasts. But so they emailed me, and then they got some of their minions, some of which were also a couple of those. So it was like a total of 3 former Patreon producers. I bet Baby Love can probably guess who was leader of the pack on that. And then 4 or 5 other people emailing me about being a culture vulture and how I shouldn't be making money from it and all that. So I thought I would come on here and talk about the 2 events that I hosted to the Patreon producers and the traveling that I did to New Orleans for DomCon and to Los Angeles for DomCon, paying for hotel room, 3 people, airfare, food, all of that. And I did the math on it, and it come out that I spent, it's ridiculous. I don't even like saying it, but in equipment and all of the costs And again, this is just a rant. Like I don't even care. Like I started the podcast not to make money. I knew it was going to cost me money, and I'm cool with that. But above and beyond Patreon and individual donations and stuff like that, and things that I still do that I don't really talk about, places that I go to teach that I may mention, but I don't say, hey, can somebody pay for this for me? Um, and I don't get paid to do these things. South Carolina is covering my hotel, thankfully, uh, and that was a surprise. I agreed to go before I knew that was going to happen, but it was like over a 7 year period. We're talking like $15,000 above and beyond what I was paid. But that's not even the point. Even if the culture vultures are those idiots making movies about what we do that have no clue about what we do, that's a culture vulture trying to educate people, to protect them, to keep them safe, to help them enter, hopefully without being a statistic of some kind of violation. That's just being a good human being and trying to watch out for people. Last I checked. So, you're gonna come across some haters with all of the people, and that's fine. These are people that are just bitter and sore, and to be honest, the leader of the pack is on some very heavy medication that is not prescription. Well, it is prescription. It's just not prescribed to her. So, yeah, it just brought this up. And it'd been forever since I'd got on here, and I've never done it this way before. So I thought, screw it. I'll get on here like this. Because I'm kind of getting the itch again. I'll be honest with you guys. Um, I'm working in my shop about 3 days a week. Some days are full days. Most days I have to sit down while my apprentice is doing stuff. I try to sit down, take some breaks because of my neck. I'm going to have another neck surgery. I don't know when that's going to happen. That's going to pretty much limit all mobility in turning and looking up and down. Yeah, that one's going to suck. Um, but hopefully, while they're in there, the surgery that I already had, the reason it's causing me so much pain is because of the ligaments and tendons that were ripped, all the muscle and soft tissue damage. They had to go in and stitch it all back together. And it shortened it. And so getting it stretched out again, which they say is not really an option for a lot of the damage that was done and how they had to repair it. Um, that's why it's so painful. That's why I can't like work a regular job. And yeah, I don't like the D word, the disabled word, but um, technically, whew, those lights are bright. So technically, that's kind of what it is. Uh, Under the knife for herniated disc again on 4-2. Oh no! Oh, I hope your results come out well this time, Alexandria. I miss you. I miss all you guys. I'm sorry I don't get on Discord much. I just, a lot of times I don't have the mental capacity for it, to be honest. Which, me, I'm always honest to a fault. That's why I piss a lot of people off. But anyway, that's pretty much my rant. I want to tell you again, there are some episodes that are in the works. I'm not going to fire up the crypt full time again, but I am going to throw some stuff out there. And I am going to go live a little bit more. I'm not going to open Patreon back up, even though thank you to a few of you who have actually asked, hey, can't we like trying to come up with ideas like, well, can't instead of just doing it for as a podcast, can't we just open the Patreon back up and just like do a live thing on there? I considered that. I'm not going to say who that suggestion came from, but it was a good suggestion. I just I don't want to. I don't want that kind of pressure. Like there's a lot of stress in that, putting out those episodes and stuff, and people don't think that. And looking back, I've actually watched like the last 2 years of the show. I have watched every episode over in the past couple of months, and I can really, or last 3 years, and I can really pinpoint like where I started going downhill, uh, and where it started becoming like a severe struggle for me to do it most of the time. And yeah, I feel like I let you guys down, and yeah, it's it is what it is. I guess I'm grateful. Some of you called me out on it. Some of you called me out on it. You're like, hey, dude, uh, you're just like phoning this shit in nowadays. What's up with that? You've lost your passion. And yeah, I did. So I don't want the pressure of doing that again, of making it full time. But anyway, if you guys are going to be in the Knoxville area this Saturday, March the 22nd, 2025, there's an EEC event. Get on FET. I'm part of I think it's a group or one of the events that I'm going to. So check that out. There's an online munch. I think it's tonight or tomorrow night that you have to go on to get vetted. I may be able to vet you if you're somebody that I know really well. I don't know for sure. I haven't talked to the owners, the leaders of EEC to know if I can vet somebody or not. And I'm don't want to be presumptuous. But anyway, if you're going to be in the Knoxville area, you want to go to the Munch. It's a Littles event, but they're doing, it's a variety of kink. They're going to have a nice class on Littles, which I'm kind of interested in. Like, I have no desire to do the little thing in any way, but the psychology behind it fascinates me. And then, I'm going to do 2 hours worth of service topping, spread out through the evening on mine because I can't do very much at once anymore. And then I'll also be vending. Of course, Junicorn's Angel will be there helping me do that while sitting at my booth. And Whipping Stripes may be there too. I'm not sure. Love April to death, the owner of Whipping Stripes. But I guess that's going to do it. Like, I really just kind of wanted to bitch and moan a little bit and show you guys the shop and where I make the fun things and also where I build fine furniture. Which I'm bringing in some wood right now. I got some stacked up over here, some over there. I'm about to start on a Gothic Victorian bookcase with 3 hidden pull-outs to hide some pew-pews and some cane swords. A collection that's worth about, I don't know, a few $100,000. Not mine. One of them's cool. It's actually a rifle from the KGB, but it's a cane. Yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys over on Discord. If you're not a member of Discord and you want to be, it is now open to everybody. You have limited access, but it's open to anybody 18 and up. And if I don't know you, verification is going to be necessary. So we'll have to go live, just you and I, if I don't know you, and you'll have to show me an ID. I'm not going to require you to send me a picture. I think that's shady, and I don't want to be responsible for that shit. So, Cairo Terry, text you the link, please, for Discord. I thought you were on Discord already. Ben, love you too, brother. Oh, you're not on there anymore. Okay, well, I will certainly send you an invite. And I found a package that I was supposed to mail to you like 3 or 4 years ago. When I was cleaning the other day, had your name and your old address. I think it was your old address. Anyway, that's going to do it. Love you guys. Be safe out there and treat each other with love and respect. Bye, everybody.